So today we got another massive hauls video. Lots of stuff, eBay, half price books, that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and start with these three. So these three were from a different seller. There's a seller I usually go with, but this is a different one and I can't recall who the seller is, so I apologize. But the seller I normally go to didn't have these books available, or I don't think they did, so I went with this other seller. And they're just copies of Little Monsters. Little Monsters, the variant covers of issue 1. And I paid cover price for those. I really like the Dust and Gwen artwork, and it seemed like an interesting premise, so I'm actually really looking forward to those. I'm probably going to get a digital copy and maybe send at least one, or probably send those in for grading. These next ones are from eBay seller Ron's Comic Closet. So if you're on eBay and you're looking for comics, you might want to check out his shop. So the first one here is DC vs. Vampires #1. I think I had bought this at my LCS, but I had ordered this in advance thinking that maybe I wouldn't be able to find it at my LCS. And I got these two variants. They're duplicates of the same one, the Vampire Batman. These I did not find at my LCS, so I just wanted these really cool copies. I can't recall if these are Matina covers or somebody else. And here's some more books from Ron's Comic Closet. Here is a really cool, I don't know if this is my favorite or this is tied for my favorite Peach Momoko cover, but it's Trial of Magneto issue 3, and that's just an awesome Magic cover. And I actually got 2 of those. Definitely want to send these in to get graded. This next one is a really cool cover, that's why I grabbed this one. It's Women of Marvel #1. This is the variant cover with X-23, Gabby, and a Badger, I think, or a Wolverine. I'm not too sure, but that cover art's just hilarious. It's a really nice cover, so that's why I grabbed that one. I paid cover price. This next one's a really cool Venom variant. It's Venom Number 6, and I believe this is the Mark Bagley cover. And it's just kind of funny because Spider-Man literally is grabbing Venom's tongue, and he's like, "Get that thing out of my face. Get that corn out of my face, Steven." You know, from Nacho Libre. But yeah, I just thought that cover was really cool. And the next two I picked up are Spider-Gwen Gwenverse. And I just love this cover art. I'm not even sure. I actually do want to read the series, but I'm really in love with a lot of these covers. Some of the more expensive covers were definitely out of reach for me, but I did really like these standard covers, so that's why I grabbed 2 of them. And I did mention this in my TikTok top 5 list for each week. But man, this cover looks so cool. I think if you get a chance to, Joe's Geek Show, one of my favorite YouTube channels, he did a fun review on this one, but I absolutely love this cover, and I think this is probably my favorite Punisher cover of all time. And it's just the new Punisher #1. But he just looks really cool there. You see his battle damage, and you just see all these weapons in the background. It's just really interesting to me, and I grabbed 2 of those. Next ones are from Half Price Books. I believe these are the San Marcos Half Price Books, but I'll know for sure in a moment. Yeah, these are from the San Marcos Half Price Books. I got this Astonishing X-Men #2. This is probably my favorite Sabretooth cover of all time. I know there's some really good Mark Texeira covers that he did for the Sabretooth series, but I absolutely love this cover, and he's fighting Holocaust here. And then I really love the Age of Apocalypse. The Age of Apocalypse is one of my all-time favorite storylines also. I don't know what it is with dark dystopian futures, but I just got a thing for him. And this one looks to be in great shape. I might get this one graded, but I think I just spotted some smudges, so it might not be a candidate for grading. This one I paid half cover price for also. It is Harley Quinn #4. It's just a nice cover. I saw it there and I picked it up. I paid half cover price for this one, X Factor #62. And cover price was $1. This one was kind of interesting. I don't know if on Key Collector I saw that people were posting about these official guides and Marvel Saga and such. The reason I thought this one was interesting, they had a ton of them, and I think I missed one that I guess that Key Collector or other collectors are mentioning a lot. But I did see this one, and I actually think this one's pretty interesting in and of itself. It's Marvel Saga #10, paid half cover price for this one. The reason I grabbed this is because it does for sure mention, I think this is a reprint of the Avengers #1, but I think it's also a reprint of X-Men #1. And it even says, plus the origin of Marvel Girl. So I'm like flipping through this, and I don't think it's an actual story, but it just shows panels. And I guess it actually is showing the original panels of the X-Men and the Avengers, among other things, as well as Jean Grey's origin. But that's why I grabbed this one. You can let me know what you all think. Do y'all think this was a smart buy? It also has a cool back cover. You can see some of the artwork there. I saw this one there, and it was just loose and didn't have bag and board, but it was in pretty nice shape for not having that. It is Strange Tales number 9, and it's actually a pretty nice Doctor Strange cover. This one, I'm not quite sure what they charged me. I think it was 50 cents, but I'm not sure. These ones, I actually remember whenever my mom bought the newspaper and she just gave me this because she knows in the comics. Not this particular issue. I think I had Amazing number 1, but this is Amazing Spider-Man. This is the Spider-Man collectible series, and it's Amazing Spider-Man number 5. I'm not quite sure if people are interested in these or not, if they're in demand, but this is a reprint. And I think it's probably a hard to find reprint. This one was also there. I paid half cover price for this one. It is Batman Last Night on Earth. Haven't read this one, but I've heard so many good things about this. I'm definitely looking forward to reading it. This one was there. It looked like it was in nice shape, and I paid half cover price for it. I don't think there's any real significance, at least not right now. But it's Iron Man number 311. I also paid half cover price for this one. It's Punisher War Journal number 4. I don't think fan interest in the Punisher is ever going to go away. A lot of fans love the Punisher. He's got a new series. They actually moved his series over to Disney Plus. I was actually kind of concerned we might lose the Punisher series just because it is very mature content compared to like Disney stuff. But it's there alongside the rest of Marvel Disney stuff. And I think that's really cool. I actually recently rewatched the first half of season 2, and I really enjoyed it a lot. And I'm still a really big Punisher fan. So if they can bring back Jon Bernthal, I think that would be pretty awesome because I think he did a great job as the Punisher. But yeah, that's why I picked this one up. And this is a Jim Lee cover. Paid 25 cents for this one, I think. It's Kazar the Savage. And I don't think there's anything really significant to that one, except for that it's an older book and it's a newsstand book, and I got it for half cover price. This one I thought was going to be a little more significant, but when I looked it up on Key Collector, it wasn't. That doesn't mean, too much, but it is in pretty nice shape, and it is a newsstand copy. It is West Coast Avengers number 4. And I'm actually wondering, seeing all of the pieces moving together on Disney Plus, are they actually going to give us West Coast Avengers? I feel like we already got the Secret Avengers, and of course the Mighty Avengers, or the normal Avengers, or the, I guess, regular Avengers. I wonder if they are going to move towards that, just because we're probably getting the Young Avengers soon. But I think that would be kind of interesting. This one right here, I paid $2 for. I can't recall if this is the first appearance of this character, or the first full story of this character. But when I saw it, I knew something that I probably should grab. And this one's in pristine shape. I haven't pulled out a bag, but it looks very nice for this. It looks very nice, and it looks like it could grade high. So it's the Rocketeer, Pacific Presents the Rocketeer, and Steve Ditko's The Missing Man. So I thought that was cool. Y'all can let me know in the comments, is that the first appearance, first full appearance, first story, or first solo story? Let me know in the comments. So I actually grabbed this one, because it was in really nice shape, and 2, because there was one included on the back. So I guess essentially a 2-for-1. I paid half cover price for this. The Punisher Warzone Suicide Run number 25. Really cool cover. And then the Punisher Warzone Suicide Run number 24. I actually think this one might have some significance to it, but I'm not quite sure right now. So whenever I come across TMNT stuff, it's usually something that I pick up because there's always a lot of interest in TMNT. This one right here, I'm not particularly fond of this cover. I think it looks kind of odd. But when I looked this one up, I think this is the first full appearance of either this character or maybe Bebop and Rocksteady. Or I'm sorry, not Bebop and Rocksteady, Toka and Razor in the mainstream, I guess, comic book continuity. So that's why I grabbed this one. TMNT issue 113, cover B. And it is in pristine shape as well. And then this copy right here, I've never seen this before, and it is like a second printing variant of this, but I just really like this cover art. I'm not even quite sure who the artist is on this cover, but I really liked it a lot. It's X-Men Deadly Genesis variant cover number 1. And you can see that really awesome Wolverine cover. This next one was loose. I actually put it into a bag and board because I thought this one kind of really needed it. I thought this one actually really needed it because it was in such good shape for being loose. but it is the Punisher official movie adaptation. I'm not really sure if people are looking for this one, but I know there are a lot of Punisher fans, and this is actually in really nice shape. I actually really like Thomas Jane's The Punisher. I thought it was pretty good. I thought he did a great job. I'm not quite sure why they didn't bring him back. I remember he did like a short film, possibly, hinting at he might return as the character. I do love John Bernthal, but I just wanted to say I also like Thomas Jane's Punisher. But yeah, I paid half cover price for that one. And here's another Punisher book. I grabbed this one because I paid half cover price for it, and it also appears to be in pristine shape. The Punisher, The Final Days, number 58. Really cool cover art. This next one, I paid half cover price for. I don't know if there's any significance to this particular issue, but this is a pretty cool variant cover. It is Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, Collector Core variant, number 1. And it's still sealed in its original poly bag. I'm not sure. I guess they just threw it into this. This next one I saw there, and I know it's kind of a key issue or significant issue, but it is unfortunately in not very good shape. I don't think it would grade very high if it was submitted for grading, even though, it does present well, and, for somebody it's going to be nice, but I'd say it's more of a reader copy. That's kind of the context I'm giving. But it's The Champions, issue 7. And hopefully you can see that there off the glare. And this next one was also in very nice shape. It was in the, I actually found a bunch of these in the clearance section, but some of them weren't clearance. Batman, Shadow of the Bat, number 25. And I remember when I was growing up, I would see like images of this in like Wizard, and I just thought this artwork and this armor, this Batman armor, looked really cool. Looking back, some of the comments on Batman's 90s era, especially Nightfall era, and the Batman armor, people, don't remember it as fondly, but I still think this armor looks pretty cool even today. And here's another book. I actually just had this one in another haul, and I had bought this at my LCS for like $5, I think. But I found this one at Half Price Books. I went ahead and grabbed it. I know there are a lot of Predator fans out there. I mean, just check the NECA toys. Those things usually fly off the shelves. But Predator 2, number 1. Paid half cover price for that. This one was also in the clearance section. It didn't have a clearance sticker. It was already really cheap. I paid half of 75 cents. But it's X Factor number 17. They had a bunch of X Factor books there. I looked for issue 6, and I looked for, I think, X Factor issue 5 and 6. And 24. Unfortunately, they didn't have it, but they did have this one. I think this is the first appearance of Richter. This one, I was actually really surprised to find. I haven't really seen this one too much. I think over all the years I've been going to like Half Price Books, I don't really see this one too much. Even before people really got into collecting comics, I didn't really see this one, but it's Rye number 0. And I think this is the first appearance of Rye and Bloodshot. And if you're a Valiant collector, this is definitely one that you're going to want to track down. So this one I picked up because I saw it in Key Collector, and I saw that it was cheap, so I went ahead and grabbed it. But it's Punisher, $20.99, number 1. I actually don't recall seeing this one before, even in like back issue bins, so I'm not sure if it had like a high print run or I just didn't notice it before. But this was from the, I think, like the 2000s when they went back to $20.99. This next one I paid half cover price for. Unfortunately, it does have some pin marks, and I'm not even going to try to remove those. I'm nowhere near skilled enough to try that, as evidenced in my previous videos when I showed y'all how bad I messed up some New Mutants copies when I tried to remove the Half Price Book stickers. But this one actually presents really well. I know there's some people who actually are skilled enough and would probably make an attempt to remove some of this damage. But I think it does present really well. If there's any Kazar fans out there, this is Lord of the Hidden Jungle Kazar, number 2. It's actually a really cool cover. Unfortunately, as you can see, there's the pin markings on there. As far as I can tell, there's no pin markings on the actual artwork, just the logo and the price. And then this one also has Shauna the She-Devil, so that's why I thought this one was interesting. This one was $1. It's a variant cover. It's Squadron Savage. And some of these bags and boards definitely need to be changed out. I'm not sure how some of these newer books ended up in there, but I'm just, I guess it gives protection from the store to my house or whatever. But the next one I grabbed is Mighty Avengers number 2. I think this is from like volume 2. This isn't from the first Mighty, or I guess there's a lot of Mighty Avengers volumes, so I'm not quite sure which volume this is from. So those are all from the Sam Marcus Half Price Books. This next stuff I actually got from a different eBay seller. I would say I have mixed feelings about it. I do like this stuff, but I wasn't expecting to receive the stuff like I did. And when I went back and read over the description thoroughly, it kind of makes sense why I got these in that way. So I thought what they were saying is they were going to bag and board separately and ship together. They ship together, but they put everything into one massive bag, and they put like a single cardboard. So I'm not going to mention the seller unless you want to know, because the books were actually cheap and mostly in good shape. So if you are interested, I can let you know in the comments or something like that. But unfortunately, I wasn't that happy with these, or at least I wasn't very happy with how they were shipped out to me. But some of them actually did arrive in good shape, and I was very happy with them. And I also paid like 99 cents to $5 for these. So, you know, I have mixed feelings on them, but I picked up Batman number 50. I think this is like a comics exposure variant. And so this one looks pretty good, but before I put it into the bag and board, I saw in the back and there's like a big something bled through onto this one. So unfortunately it's not as pristine as it looks on the front cover. But this next book actually does look to be in great shape. I didn't see any issues with this one. This is X-Men Red number 1. Love this Phoenix cover, and it is a comics exposure variant. As far as I can tell on the front and back, this one is in phenomenal shape. It also does have the digital code. I know sometimes the digital codes get ripped off of these. This next one also is in pretty nice shape. It's Suicide Squad number 1. I'm not sure whose variant cover artwork this is, but it's actually pretty nice. It says it's from Terrificon, and I'm not sure what year. It doesn't say what year, but the artwork on there looks really nice. This was one that I was actually really happy with too, and I can't find anything really wrong with it. But I'm not sure which issue this is. I absolutely love this cover art of Spider-Woman. So I'm not sure what issue it is. I'm sure it's some sort of variant or convention exclusive. But man, that cover art is incredible. It looks like a Mike Mayhew cover, but I could be wrong. This is one that also appeared to be in really nice shape. It's a Fantastic Four variant, and I love this Invisible Woman cover. It appears to be, I think it's an Art Germ cover, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. This next one arrived in pretty nice shape also. I didn't see anything off with it. Amazing Spider-Man number 55. Second printing variant. This one, unfortunately, was pretty dinged up, but I do still like the cover. I'm going to keep this one. It's Spider-Gwen comics exposure variant. Spider-Gwen number 5. Pretty cool. And this is a comics exposure variant for Superman number 50. Love that cover artwork. And I grabbed this one because it was 99 cents. It does have like a color rub on it, but it's still in pretty nice shape. And I'm just a big fan of the Aliens Versus variants that we got. And I actually hadn't seen this one. I think this one was released after the initial variants. I made a video about it, but this one I think came a little bit later. But it's X-Force number 16. And it's also an homage to a classic X-Men comic. I can't remember which issue it is, but the framing of the X-Men is identical to that issue, so it is an homage to it. But instead of them fighting, I think, the Brood, they're fighting the Xenomorphs. This next one I was actually really happy about, and I got it for pretty cheap. And I'm not sure which issue it is, but it is a New York 2019 Comic-Con exclusive, and it's a J. Scott Campbell cover. Let me see what this one is. Fantastic Four number 15, the comics exposure variant. And you can see it there. Really nice J. Scott Campbell cover. This one has some color rub, but it's still in pretty nice shape. Fantastic Four number 1. This is Comic-Con Africa. This is a Comic-Con Africa edition. And you can see it's like also a Deadpool variant. Pretty cool. This next one has some kind of color rub on it. It's kind of hard to tell on the front cover, but on the back cover you'll see it. But it's Amazing Spider-Man number 25. Love that Black Cat cover. And so it's hard to see, but I think if you look closely, I'm trying to remove the glare, there are like some cover or some color rubs. And all of these I got for like $1 to $5. And then this one was pretty interesting. Here's Harley Quinn number 1. I think this is like I can't remember what this kind of cover is. Love that cover art. And this one also arrived in good shape. This is Mr. and Mrs. X number 1. I'm not sure who the cover artist is, but I love the cover art. So this next one's kind of interesting. I found this at the Half Price Books. This was actually back of the Kazar book. I forgot to mention this. It's the subscription information. and I removed the actual address information, so it actually had a person's address there. To me, it's just historical. Somebody in like the 70s or 80s had a subscription to Khazar, and I just thought that was really cool. So that's why I'm sharing this. There's nothing too significant about it. This next book, I can't recall if I mentioned this one already. If I have, then I apologize. But I don't think I did mention this one. And I think I got this on an earlier visit. I think I already talked about the books, but I actually did make another video about this. I actually started another channel. It's Horror Comics Entertainment. If you want to track it down, I think my videos have 0 views and 0 subscribers. I'm kind of trying to niche down, and I love horror stuff, so I'm kind of niching down to a horror channel. This channel is going to stay open, but I think this one's going to be like collector stuff. I'm going to focus more on the collecting side of it, like these haul videos and such. But the reason I mentioned this book is because I already made a video talking about it. It's Afterlife with Archie. I think it was the first video I posted on there, and I paid $8.99 for this. I love this story, and I can't wait to read the next volume. I need to track down the next volume. I looked on eBay and I couldn't find it, and hopefully I find it at Half Price Books or something. But yeah, love this story. Definitely recommend it. And if you want to see like my full review of it, you can check out Horror Comics Entertainment. I also did a video about like the horror books for Free Comic Book Day 2022, so you might want to check that out as well. But so far it only has those 2 videos. So here's some more stuff from a different visit to Half Price Books in San Marcos. First one's Captain America number 411. This one actually looks to be in nice shape, and I paid half cover price for that one. So I grabbed this one because it had an extra book in it, so essentially 2 for 1. Uncanny X-Men 308. And on the back it has Uncanny X-Men number 309. This one was also in there. It's Mighty Thor number 13. And I paid half cover price for these. Mighty Thor number 4. And I know everyone's going crazy with the Namor speculation, so it's going to be interesting to see if that actually pays off. I think it will, and it's going to be interesting to see where they take the character. If he gets like a solo film, or if they're going to use him as like a supporting character in other people's films. Don't know, but we'll see soon enough. I actually thought this one is a pretty cool Transformers cover. Transformers versus G.I. Joe. Very cool Optimus Prime cover there. When I saw this one, it was loose, but it's actually in very nice shape. This is another book I've been wanting to read, and I purchased some copies of it, but this is a variant cover. It's You Promised Me Darkness number 1, and this is the cover D variant. This next one was also loose in the box, and thankfully it wasn't damaged, but it's Iron Man number 9. It's a cool Deadpool baby variant. So these next 2 are kind of significant because they're the first appearance of the character. So for a while there, it was kind of seeming like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D's kind of going to get swept under the rug. It still might, but I'm kind of holding out hope just because it seems like Disney Marvel is trying to find a way to reincorporate all of those characters. I'm not quite sure if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to be treated in that way. I hope they are, but when I see these, I take a chance on them. I think it's like the first and second appearance of Melinda May, and she was a really popular character on the series, along with Coulson and the others. But it's S.H.I.E.L.D. number 2. I think this is the second appearance of that character. And here is S.H.I.E.L.D. number 1. I believe this is the first appearance of Melinda May. And this next one was like a cover by Carnage number 2. Really cool cover. And the next one I think I paid like 50 cents for. It didn't have a price tag on it. It was loose. But I absolutely love this Alex Ross cover. Universe X Special Edition. These were Wizard inserts. I can't recall which issue though. So this next one is probably one of the most interesting finds I've ever found. And I'd love to know what the community thinks about this find right here. I didn't even know this existed, but now I'm paying more attention to these things. I'm not sure how often people see these or how significant this one is, but with all the attention on Star Wars, whenever I see stuff like this, whenever I see like Dark Horse Star Wars stuff, I'm going to pick it up. I tried looking this up and didn't find it, but it's Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron. This says it's the special though. And it doesn't have a price tag on it. I think I got it for like 50 cents. This is like a special copy. I'm not sure if it was like something you got like a comic book shop you just picked up for free or not. But for anyone who has more information on this, I'm debating actually flipping through the book because it's in such nice condition. I think maybe it's a candidate for grading. Not quite sure. This next one, I was super surprised to find. If the other one was weird, this one's even more weird. I've seen a lot of the reprints of these, but I haven't actually found the first printing. I did take a peek and see that this is the actual first printing of this book. Too Much Coffee Man number 1. Paid a half cover price for that. This next one, Marvel Comics number 1000. I just like the cover art, and I paid $4 for that one. This next one I think was a pretty popular Netflix series. I haven't actually watched it, but I think Charlize Theron is the lead actress in that show, but it's The Old Guard number 1. Not sure if they had multiple printings. This could be a multiple print, or this could be the first printing. I didn't look. Paid half cover price for that. This next one's interesting because I know there are a lot of Mortal Kombat fans, and so whenever I see these, I pick them up, and it's Mortal Kombat X number 1 with the Sub-Zero cover. This next one, I just like the cover art, paid half cover price for this. It's Captain Marvel number 24. Really nice cover. So this next one, I was really surprised to find. I don't think I see this one too often, and it's a really cool cover. Batman and Robin Adventures number 1, paid half cover price for that. It says 7, but they didn't go off that. They went off the cover price. And I grabbed this one, half cover price, Captain America number 412. Just a retro 90s book. Captain America number 414. This next one, I tried looking up. I didn't see this specific variant cover, but I am keeping an eye out for these, and I think they could be something special, especially if the eventual Netflix adaptation does do anything. But I know Mark Millar has like a deal with Netflix to produce more content with them, and he has a ton of stories. I think this one could be pretty cool. I actually have the book over there. I need to read it, but I do like the cover art on this one. Reborn issue 1. I think that's a Greg Capullo cover. And I saw this one loose in the box. I actually grabbed it because it had this with it. Just this insert. I guess this was like a giveaway or something like that. I thought it was kind of interesting. But yeah, I paid half cover price for that. And I saw this one. It was loose. Captain America number 363. Paid 50 cents for that one. And Captain America number 362. Also paid half cover price for that one. I don't see any half price book stickers on these. That's why I also grabbed these. And this next one was in pristine shape. That's why I grabbed this one. This one actually might be a candidate for grading. It's nothing like too special or anything like that, but it is Sheena number 1. And it is in very nice shape. This next one was free. I think they charged me 50 cents for this one, but it's Marvel Spotlight. Here's another one I paid 50 cents for. It's Paradise X. Absolutely love this Alex Ross cover. This is another Wizard special edition. I can't recall which Wizard it came in, but man, that cover is awesome. And I think this could be interesting because it ties into the Herald. So here's kind of like a fan spec thing. I could make another video about it, but I know Multiverse of Madness is coming, and there's a good chance we're going to see multiversal heroes teaming up. I don't want to spoil anything, but hopefully, my hope is that Wolverine comes back. So this series ties into the Heralds. I'm pretty sure it ties into the Heralds. The Heralds is a multiversal team led by the Days of Future Past Wolverine. I think this specific version of the Days of Future Past Wolverine. So I know that's kind of a stretch there, but I just thought that was interesting. I do really hope somehow we get Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine. And I love that Marvel's doing the multiverse thing, because somewhere down the line we could have Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine. I'm excited to see who they go with when they actually cast somebody new for their main films, but Hugh Jackman would be amazing if he came back. And I know it's reckless, but I'm still holding out hope that we could see him in Multiverse of Madness. That's kind of like the big one that I'm hoping for. Just like I was hoping to see all through Spider-Man, I'm hoping that we get Hugh Jackman back. And so the weird stuff just keeps coming. I know I said the other stuff was beyond belief weird, but this is actually beyond belief weird. I actually looked this up, couldn't find any information on it at all. And so this one's definitely a weird one. Have no idea how many copies of this one was printed, but I'll show you in a moment. It's Spider-Man and the Stolen Vibranium, Marvel Superhero Adventures. But this isn't just that normal Marvel Superhero Adventures. If you see in the corner there, it says new printing, and it says Suave Kids. So, and then when you look on the back, it actually has a coupon there, Suave Kids. So this is a very unique version of this book. Anyone out there knows more about this, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. But yeah, like I said, if I see something weird like this, I'm going to pick it up. The next one, I can't recall if this is significant or not. I tried looking it up, but I don't recall seeing information on it. But like I said, anything Star Wars, I'm going to try and pick up. Star Wars Adventures. I don't even know if this is number 1, but it's kind of teasing all new adventures from IDW. It's not in the best of shape, but you know, I think for 50 cents I grabbed it. This next one I think is significant. I'm not sure if we actually got any sort of adaptation of it on like Sci-Fi Channel or something like that. That's where I thought I heard that this was going to get adapted, but it's Black Magic #1. I believe that's the first printing. Paid half cover price. This one is a key issue, was a free comic book day key issue. I believe this is the first full appearance of Grail. It's Divergence #1. It doesn't have any store sticker, doesn't have any half price book sticker. It's actually in pretty nice shape. And I picked this one up because whenever I see these Infinity War books, I usually pick them up. Infinity War #3. This next one, I can't recall who the artist is, but I really like the cover art. It's Captain Marvel #13. This is a variant cover. Really cool cover, Black Panther fighting Captain Marvel, or I guess evil Captain Marvel. So this next one is pretty cool also. It's Carnage #1. I kind of just grab Carnage and Venom stuff whenever I see it. This one, I have no idea about the book. Never read this series. The only reason I grabbed this is because I saw on Key Collector that something about this series. There's one version, or I guess there's a copy of the book that wasn't supposed to be released, or the series ended and then the final issue was printed when it wasn't supposed to. I'd have to go and look. But I grabbed this one. This one's not related to that. This one I think is just regular price, but it was in nice shape. It's Ruby #1. This next one is from the Half Price Books in Austin. I can't recall if I've talked about this one already. I might have, and I might have just put everything together, but it's Wizard number 158. I grabbed that one because I'm probably going to flip through it and talk about it on a later video. And I can't recall if I've talked about these. These were an eBay purchase, but it's Wizard number 67. It does still have its inserts on the back. I think it's open partially, but nothing was removed as far as I can tell. This next one I think is still sealed also. It's Wizard number 83. I thought this one might be a candidate for grading. It's a really nice, I believe, Adam Hughes cover. But right here, there's some sort of, I don't know if that's on the bag, on the inside, but it looks like it might actually be on the book. This next one, I was really happy to purchase. I think I got it like for $5, and it's just probably one of my all-time favorite George Bettis covers, but it's for Wizard number 81. And it just has the big three. It's such a fantastic, iconic cover. And it's not even on a comic book. It's on, Wizard magazine. But I think I might want to get this one graded just so it can, stay pristine like this forever. But I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. For sure, I'm not going to flip through this one. This one's probably going to go straight into a bag and board. But man, I love this. This is definitely one of my all-time favorite George Bettis covers. These next books are from my LCS. So I did go to my LCS and buy some of the stuff I already bought online. Punisher #1, like I said, love that cover. Spider-Gwen #1, love the cover. So this one, I absolutely love this cover. It's Mighty Morphin number 17. I can't recall if that's a In-Hyuk Lee cover, but man, really cool Pink Ranger, Green Ranger, White Ranger cover. And these books, whenever I find them, I try and pick them up. Little Monsters #1. Not sure if it's going to be anything significant, but I did really like what I read in the premise, so I think it could be a really good story. And these two Adam Hughes covers are probably my all-time favorite Elektra covers, or at least definitely top 5, but it's Elektra Black, White, and Blood #2. And they look really cool. These might actually be candidates for grading too. And the last book that I'm going to leave on, I kind of buy graded books a little bit differently. And I might actually start sending graded books. I'm kind of putting stuff together. I'm not someone who obsesses over like a 9.8. For me, pretty much anything above a 9.0 is good. Some books, like this one, I kind of expect to be in the 9.8, 9.6 range. And this one's actually in 9.6. It's Turok Dinosaur Hunter #1. And I think I paid like $30 on that one. I bought several of these, but I forgot where I put them. So I'm just talking about this one now. And I saved on shipping with a lot. I can't recall how much I spent for all 3 books. I think I spent around 70 to 80, maybe 90 for all 3 books. But yeah, I saw this one at 9.6. Of course, everyone wants a 9.8, but to me, it doesn't bother me that much. This actually brings up kind of an interesting topic. I've seen people making videos about different reasons why you should or should not send in books for grading, like what books should go and what books should not go for grading. To me, I don't think it matters. And I actually thought about making a separate video about this, just talking about this. But to me, I think we know for sure, no matter what, even if we weren't going through the current circumstances of scarcity and such, with like plastic and other things, bags and boards, etc., we do know for a fact that things are going to go up in price no matter what. I'm sure there are plenty of people who wish they would have bought CGC books way back. I know I do. I remember seeing CGC books and thinking, oh, that's way too much. And and back when they were like 20 bucks a book, I wish I could recall some of the old listings. But I do personally think grading is the future. Whether they're a key issue right now or not, I think eventually a lot of them could have that potential. So I think for me, it's kind of like, well, if the prices are going to go up no matter what, and I can pay a cheaper price now, for me, it's like I'm probably going to want to send in whatever books I have, even if they're cover price right now, get them graded, maybe hold on to them, use them to trade, or possibly, you know, if somebody's interested enough, you could always sell them to somebody. But I definitely think graded books are just going to continue to skyrocket in demand, regardless of if, you know, it's a key issue or not. I think people like myself will enjoy picking up a more affordable book that's kind of like not exactly a huge expensive key, but it's something that you might have liked. So that's why I grabbed this one. I liked her. This is probably one of my all-time favorite covers. This is an awesome Bart Sears cover. I know I'm looking into it, but I can't recall how much it costs to grade like these modern books right now. But I figure, you know, maybe it's like what, 10 to 15 just to grade, have the book graded. So I figured that into the cost when I'm thinking about purchasing. I'm like, well, it would cost me this much to send the book off, get it graded, have it sent back, and such. So, you know, right off the bat, I think just to get one book graded, I think it would be what, like correct me if I'm wrong, somebody who's graded stuff, that's a what, 10 to 20, $30 investment right there just to get a book graded. So for me, it's kind of easier just to buy the graded books. So I'll look for stuff like this. But yeah, I do feel like, I don't think this stuff's going to slow down. I think people are going to send everything they can and, you know, take advantage of the prices while they're cheaper now. Can you imagine, you know, all those people who sent in books, like CGC books, way back when? And I've actually seen that people are re-cracking cases and resubmitting them. As far as I know, CGC said that once it's slabbed, you wouldn't need to do that unless you wanted to. And I can't imagine wanting to risk that. Like if you got a 9.8 already and it's an old CGC label and you really want like a newer label with like, I don't know if it's a Spider-Man book, you want like the Spider-Man label. I can't imagine risking damaging the book just to get the new label. I'm not sure how careful they are, but that would scare the crap out of me, risking a grade decrease for something like that. I'm not sure how many people are doing that, but I thought I read stuff about people re-cracking old cases for that one purpose, but correct me if I'm wrong, of course. But yeah, if you want to hear more about my thoughts on like collecting and such, I'm happy to talk comics. This channel is probably going to be more of on the collecting side of things, and so I'm going to niche down to other stuff, but the horror comics entertainment, if you like that sort of thing, feel free to subscribe. If you like collecting and talking about comics and stuff, feel free to subscribe here and leave a like. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.